What is up guys, welcome back to Lunatix Studio, your go-to channel for all things tech. And today we are going to talk about this keyboard which was sent to us by Yunzii, and like all my other reviews, even if it was sent to us or it was sponsored, I will still give my honest thoughts and opinion about the product. If you guys didn't know, Yunzii is a keyboard company that makes these really premium looking keyboards that is just... And today we will be taking a look at Yunzii's take on the 65% aluminum keyboard game. If you guys want to know more about their products, I will put a link in the description down below that will lead you right to their official website. Let's get to it. This keyboard came in pre-built with a 65% layout or 66 keys design with a blocker between the function button and the left arrow button, which has an LED indicator for caps lock and power. You also have the knob on the top right corner which controls the volume gain and also mutes it with a single press just like any other default programmed knobs, and it also has minimal wobble. This also comes in other colorways such as what I have here, which is white, and also 3 other colors which are black, blue, and pink. The finish is really nice. It's gone through the process of anodic oxidation, it feels premium, and it's coated really well. It almost has kind of like a satin finish. It's not too shiny, but it's not too matte. I don't think that it's white, like white. Looks very silvery. This keyboard is also aluminum, which gone through the process called CNC, which is machine cutting to acquire the shape, corners, and overall structure of the board. This product weighs in as advertised 1,145 grams or 1.15 kilograms, which is just in the comfortable weight for a 65% aluminum keyboard to travel with. You have the edges that are really smoothed out, looks very minimal, not much going on with it. It looks just like the size of the infamous Sugar 65 if it also had the RGB LED side glow. On the side you can see the RGB light, which in my opinion would have been great if it would glow uniformly, but it still glows really bright and looks awesome at low light settings. I mean, you're gonna be seeing this directly from above, so all you're gonna see is this pretty RGB illumination from the side. You can customize these out to match your setup lighting scheme. This also has RGB underglow, which I think is really nice. It is relatively bright, and that's because of south-facing RGB LEDs, which works great for non-shine through keycaps. This also has 14 RGB effects and 8 backlight colors, which you can cycle through using the function key and enter. You can also cycle through the effects by pressing the function key and the backslash key. Changing the side RGB, just press the function key and the spacebar. Note that you can quickly go to an all-white preset by pressing the function key and tab. You can also toggle the number row to be the function row by pressing the function button 3 times, and this top indicator will blink 3 times as well. You can control the lighting and all other settings including macros and key maps on the software, which clearly looks like the one we saw in the AL66, only with a different logo. You have the button remapping here, lighting effect controls, macros, and all the settings you need to tweak this keyboard to your liking. The side profile is great, kinda reminds me of Tofu builds as well as the Sugar 65 without the RGB side glow. The typing angle is nice, it's the perfect typing angle for my everyday use. This keyboard doesn't have flip stands though, so you're pretty much stuck with this typing angle. It's really comfortable and doesn't put strain on your wrists over long periods of use. It just has these rubber feet that prevents the keyboards from sliding around your desk. And after having to try different keyboards, this is the first time I haven't seen a single brand logo anywhere on this board, even on the dongle. Gotta work on that branding game, Yunzii, just a tip. Anyways, you have the port switches on the top side part of the board. Here you have the holder for the wireless receiver. You also have the connectivity switch for 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity and Bluetooth, and it also acts as a power switch. The USB-C port in the middle and the switch to toggle Mac mode or Windows mode. Love that this keyboard gives you the option to use it for Mac and Windows. You don't see that much in aluminum keyboards these days. Anyways, this keyboard utilizes 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity, which uses this dongle as a receiver, and also Bluetooth. I'm not entirely sure what generation of Bluetooth this keyboard has, but like most of the wireless keyboards today, this has low latency input, so you can't really tell if there are delayed inputs whatsoever. This keyboard also has NKRO or N-key rollover, which registers simultaneous keystrokes all at once. This keyboard came in pre-built, which means there are keycaps and switches already installed. The keycaps are made with double-shot PBT material and the legends are die-sub printed as indicated on their website. I'm not certain with how they printed the legends because this is clearly double-shot keycaps, but their website indicates that this is die-sub print. I'm just gonna believe the latter. The switches that came with the board, Yunzii calls it the milk switches. It's factory lubed MX switches which has polycarbonate top housing, nylon milky base housing, palm stem, and a single stage stainless spring. I'll share a hefty amount of sound tests in a bit. Let's open this board up first. You have the CNC aluminum top frame and the bottom frame as well as the knob. It has a polycarbonate plate that has a really great flexibility. I think of all the PC plate I've tried, this is my favorite. It's not too bouncy, but it's not too stiff either. This keyboard also has gasket mounting design which uses silicone gasket socks for flexible modding and offers decent bounce. Those gasket mounts rests on these foams that are directly attached on the side of the base, making the plate snugged while also not being loose. You have this foam pad sandwiched between the PCB and the plate, which by the way is really good quality foam. Underneath that is a switch pad with a plastic sheet stuck right beneath it. This is the keyboard's PCB, which also has flex cuts. Under that is a layer of PCB foam with the same quality as the first one, and it also has a very thin EVA foam to cover the battery and the daughter board, and also separates the PCB and the aluminum base to avoid short circuits. Looking at this board disassembled, I must say that this is engineered very well. You have the daughter board for the switches and USB-C port guarded by this clear plastic guard. Shows you that Yunzii cares for the internal components. It's also embedded in these deep cuts for the wires to rest on, and also to avoid putting stress on the wires, ensuring a very long life of this keyboard. On the side, you also have the 5000 mAh battery that can last up to 5 to 7 days on a single full charge. Looking at every inch of the board, this has been professionally shaped and cut. The edges are smoothed out, you will find no sharp edges. It's also coated evenly and has the same finish with the same color of paint from the outside. Great continuity, that's a plus for me. And speaking about modding, I don't think it's necessary anymore, as this keyboard is already jam-packed with tons of dampeners already out of the box. The only thing missing, of course, Canvas mod. Can't forget about that. And this is what the keyboard sounds like stock with the milky switches. My thoughts about sound out of the box. It's silky smooth and creamy for the bottom thugs, but the release just sounds a bit plasticky. It's this one. Not a big fan of that. Today, pre-built keyboards are really great. They just continue to flourish over the years, and this keyboard from Yunzii is one of the evidence that it does. With great aesthetics and colors to the sound of every keystroke, this keyboard is one of the pre-built keyboards you should be looking at if you're trying to find your way into the more premium side of the hobby. With a price tag of only $100 or roughly 5,800 pesos, you have the pre-built keyboard with great switches to start with and great looking keycaps as well. Great color and finish which screams exquisiteness, amazing craftsmanship, tried mode connectivity which not many aluminum boards have right now, the premium dampeners installed out of the box, and also the striking RGB side and underglow. I'll put Yunzii's official website in the description down below, and also some local online stores where you can get the board for a much lower price. And if you want, Yunzii also offers the barebone kit for a lower price tag of $85 or 5,000 Philippine peso. And if you're planning to buy the Sugar 65, don't. Opt for this keyboard instead. The Sugar 65 has no wireless connectivity, is not pre-built, so you're gonna have to buy switches and keycaps to build, which frankly is gonna cost you more, and also the not so appealing powdery matte finish that attracts so much scratches. Personally, this is just a great keyboard with so much potential. This is a keyboard for people who want to try the more expensive keyboards and barebone. This is just a great place to start. If you found value from this video, make sure to spare it a like to help the channel with the algorithm, reach the right audience, those kind of stuff. Subscribe to see more keyboards and other tech reviews. As always, peace.